you build up your confidence, and you get to that point where you're like, okay, I know what's going on here. Hey, it's Walter here, and you're at the Think Profit podcast, where we're going to help you develop a rock-solid trading confidence and avoid the potentially endless cycle of system switching. Right, Hugh?
That's right. We're going to help you develop a wealth mindset, develop a trading strategy that fits your core personality, and help you overcome the obstacles that stop over 90% of traders.
All right, Hugh, sounds good. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's do this.
Hey, Hugh, so we have a question here from a trader, and the question is, what's your biggest challenge? And he says, I'm trading a small account and I need to see more profits, more consistent profits. So that's what I need because I'm trading a small account. And the question about if you wave a magic wand, what's the one thing you would change about your trading? He says, I need confirmations before entering a trade. Okay. Mm-hmm. So what are your thoughts about this, unpacking this idea of trading a small account and needing more consistent profits, and also needing confirmations before deciding to step into a trade?
Yeah. So reading between the lines, it sounds like he's trying to make a living with a small account. That's what he wants. But just my opinion on that. But even if you have a big account, you still want consistent profits, right? So I think this is a case of somebody who wants to be very sure about the outcome of the trades, and they want like high win rates. So in that case, you'd probably look for like a high win rate trading strategy. And you can never have like 100% confirmation. So you have to, again, go back to your system and lean on those statistics, your win rate, your win versus losses, and all that. And just take it from there, because the more trades you take based on that system, the more profits you'll probably make. So I think that's the way I would slice it. Maybe I'm reading that wrong, but that's the way I see it. What do you think?
Yeah, I think those are really good points. I agree. I think, that thing about the thing that I wish I could change about my trading is that I need confirmations before entering a trade, and then couple that with I need more profits consistently. Yeah, I think this is a confidence thing. I think this trader is looking to add more indicators or more confirmations, more reasons that this trade is going to be, working out for me, because he's feeling under the gun trading a small account. Again, this is all, like you say, this is sort of reading between the lines, trying to figure out what's going on here. But if I had to guess, I would guess that this trader is feeling rather lower confidence because he's under the gun trading the small account, wants to really build it quickly. And so I would caution. First of all, I wouldn't be trading the account. I would be trading demo or even in a simulator like Forex Tester or something. And I would be trying to, as much as possible, trying to build up your confidence without risking money. And so if you're trading a small account, you might even want to trade with smaller accounts. So once you go through the simulator and build up your confidence, and let's say a small account's like $5,000, he might actually want to trade like a $500 account, 10% of that first, and just get good at executing first. As you know, and most traders probably know listening to this, when you're deciding about a strategy, you end up usually on one end of the scale or the other. On the one end of the scale is you have really high win rate, but lower reward to risk ratio, which means you got to execute really well or you screw it up. Your execution, the wiggle room for execution is really tight. And if you get slipped by your broker or anything like that, you're going to be screwed. And so and think about it in terms of like, if you had a strategy where you were buying and taking 5 pip profits, right? It's real easy to see the market go 5 pips in your favor, right? It's really easy to accumulate those. But as soon as you get slipped, or as soon as the market goes hard against you and stops you out at, a 25 pip loss, you've lost 5 winners then, right? So that's kind of the one end. And the other end is you have a lower win rate, but you have a higher reward to risk ratio. There's a little bit more room to kind of screw up on your entries and exits. And the broker can't do so much to screw you over on these sorts of strategies typically. So it's a little bit, quote, easier to deal with in the execution of it. The problem is psychologically, it's damaging when you have a 20% win rate. And you know that chances are 4 out of the next 5 trades you take are going to be losers. That's kind of where you are. Now, I know people will write in and say, well, I have this strategy that's, it's got an 85% win rate and a 10-1. I'm like, yeah, that's true. But those trade like once every 5 years, right? Yeah. There are those strategies out there. They totally exist. I've seen them. I've traded them, but they literally trade once in a blue moon. So, okay, fine. Good luck with that. You know what I mean? I mean, good luck. I'll see you when you're 100. See how you've done with your 5 trades, Yeah. So, but anyway, the point is, I think that's exactly what's going on. I think you've clued into it too. I think it's it's this idea of, I'm really under the gun trying to make a living on this small account. And so I need more confirmations so that I can get my win rate up. And I think that's the wrong way to do it. I think you need to build your confidence organically by getting trades under your belt and understanding that any given trade is just a crapshoot. It's a coin flip. It's a loss or it's a win. It has nothing to do with you or the number of indicators that you slap on your chart before you decide to take the trade. It really doesn't matter. So yeah, that's what I would do. I would focus more on building up your confidence. And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear, but it really is. It's work, just like any other job. You build up your confidence and you get to that point where you're like, okay, I know what's going on here. I have confidence that, my 48% win rate is good enough. That's going to work for me. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not the sexy answer, but like, that's what it is. It is what it is. And I think also if you don't trade your live account or your entire live account, that also gives you opportunity to add more to your account from other sources like your job, or maybe you take on a side gig or you have a side business or something, and you can build up your account that way while you're testing, while you're doing all this demo trading. And that allows you to have a bigger account later on when you're ready to go.
Yes, exactly. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. You kind of want to it's kind of like with like running a race, right? You kind of want to run the half marathon where the second half of the half marathon, you're like gaining speed, You want that negative split, as they say, right? You want that. And it's kind of the same with trading. Like you want to get to that point where right about the time you're on the home stretch and you're going with your live account, you've done all the work. Your confidence is at peak high. You've taken so many hundreds and maybe thousands of trades. You're at that point where you're ready to go live and you're ready. You are confident. You are ready. You understand it's a normal curve of trades. Yeah, we all wish we could have the ones on the long tail that are the big winners, but you know what? That's how it's going to be. Most of the trades are going to end up in the middle of the curve, and that's how it's going to go. And so you kind of want to. It's just like running a good race. You want to be on the home stretches where you really want to be hitting your stride, and that's where you want to be at the point where you're at peak confidence and you're ready to go live and just turn it on, man. Flip the switch. That's what you did all this work for, right? Mm-hmm. Is getting to that point. So yeah, so I would definitely agree with that. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Walter.
Thanks.
All information in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only and is not trading or investment advice.